Welcome to Spiritual Growth Checkpoint, 3 easy steps to shift from stressed to blessed. This article originally appeared in the Eden magazine, December 2021 issue, and it was written with Jill LeBeau and Amit West. At the heart of spiritual growth is the understanding and awareness of who we really are, the knowing that we are an aspect of God, Goddess, Creator, Source, and as such, we have the power to overcome our fear and create better lives for ourselves. Being conscious of who we are creates a foundation from which anything is possible. And it's this knowledge that allows us to continually increase our vibrations and live with unlimited ease. With this truth firmly entrenched in our psyche, here are 3 steps that we can take to move ourselves forward. Making the decision to face our fears is a substantial step forward when it comes to taking control of our lives and accelerating our spiritual growth. One of the reasons that fear is able to take hold of us the way it does is because many of us try to avoid it instead of facing it head on. We did not incarnate on planet Earth to live in a state of fear, nor did we land here to let anything have power over us. We focused our souls into these bodies to have experiences, and let's face it, life is one unknown experience after the next. Rather than worry about the unknown, and instead of living in a state of fear, we can tap into our power and overcome the things that make us uneasy and cause us to struggle. If you feel that you have no power, let us assure you right now that you most certainly are a powerful being. If you fear having power, take a deep breath right now and remember who you are on a soul level. Power is second nature to you. Keeping in mind that the universe gives us whatever we focus on, and that we are chock full of power, it makes sense for us to stop focusing on the things that we're afraid of because we will attract more of it into our lives. Here are a couple of action steps. First, once you know what it is you're afraid of, examine it, recognize it, and then let it go. Let it go. Stop dwelling on it. If you have trouble letting it go, try relating to it as an ally and a guide, pointing you to a limited belief. Then, meditate with intention on how to neutralize that fear. Sit down in a quiet place and ask your higher self to help you let go of the fear you're holding on to. Listen for advice and guidance from your higher self. Then, follow what your gut, that little voice within, says to you during your meditation. And lastly, to let that fear go, visualize it leaving you. Like a bird flying south for the winter, off goes that fear. Facing fear is a choice. We can feng shui the fear, we can transform it moment by moment, breath by breath, and heartbeat by heartbeat. And then we're free to come home to ourselves and live our lives in peace, joy, abundance, and creativity. Step 2 is knowing that you are worthy of the life that you wish to lead. If we don't believe that we are worthy of having the life that we long for, if anywhere in our being or consciousness we don't feel worthy of how we desire to live, we will constantly get in our own way. The power of love is a very big universal deal, yet learning to love ourselves is something that many of us struggle with. We are chapters in the mind of God, Goddess, Creator, Source. We were born worthy. We were selected to be here for God, Goddess, Creator, Source, aka ourselves, to have experiences. If we stay in a place of doubting our own worthiness, we will stall out when it comes to increasing our vibrational levels and expediting our spiritual growth. We will struggle instead of flowing and thriving with ease. Therefore, it is time to remember that there will never be another person like you. It is time to let go of any lack of worthiness that you might feel and take your place at the table. It is time to trust in the power of love and in the power of you. It is time to face any feelings of unworthiness that you may be harboring and transmute them. Here are 2 affirmations to help you do just that. The first one is very easy. I am worthy of all that I wish to live. I am worthy of all that I wish to live. And the second one, you're going to have to insert some information here. I am, your name goes here, and I banish whatever the fear is from my life. I am, insert name here, and I banish, insert the fear here, from my life. And that brings us to step 3, which is the understanding that with great power comes great responsibility. And if this isn't a universal truth, it certainly should be. For some of us, the thought of taking on responsibility is something that keeps us hiding from our power. Our power is part of our being, and to move forward, to raise our vibrations, requires us to take responsibility for who we are. Very often, there is fear surrounding the word responsibility, and examining how we relate to this term can help us focus and transmute that fear. In a third-dimensional sense, responsibility can easily be perceived as work or even a burden. This 3D thinking can translate into feeling that our power is also a burden, rather than a joyous gift that we've brought with us into this body. When we break the word responsibility down, we see that its true meaning is the ability to respond, to expand, to express, to experience. This is why we're here. Responding to experiences on a spiritual level is how we learn and grow. When it comes to transcending, transforming, and expediting our spiritual growth, we will make progress more quickly by learning to view responsibility in 5D energy. In 5D, responsibility is about the conscious use of our power and using it to bring joy to ourselves, those around us, and to our planet. Here's the bottom line. We all have the power to move from a life of struggle to the life that we envision for ourselves. Remember always that we are beings of love, not beings of fear, and direct your precious life energy towards creating a new paradigm of heaven on earth. You deserve no less. Namaste. As I said in the beginning, this article was originally written for the Eden magazine, the December 2021 issue, with Jill LeBeau and Amit West. Jill LeBeau is a spiritual psychotherapist and the author of Feng Shui Your Mind, 4 Easy Steps to Rapidly Transform Your Life. She is the co-host of the Spiritual Sandbox podcast. Amit West is a transformational facilitator. Through breath and energy work and intuitive guidance and channeling, she works with her clients to guide them to embody their infinite potential. Amit is a co-host also of the Spiritual Sandbox podcast. You can find the Spiritual Sandbox podcast at www.spiritualsandboxpodcast.com. And for more from me, please go to my website, sherry-cortland.com. Thank you so much for listening today.